let's go ahead and dive right into the training aspect of it. So first and foremost, if you are familiar with RAS, the Reticular Activating, see if we can spell this, system. And again, if I'm writing on the board, you should be writing in your notes. So the reticular activating system is actually a primitive part of the brain that helps our brain absorb and focus on the things that are important to us. That's my interpretation of it. Basically what it is if you look around, there's like millions of pieces of information floating around, and our brain is helping us like categorize what's important to us from this. What should we be focused on? The example I love to use that seems to resonate with everybody is the moment you buy a new car, and let's just say you bought a white Tesla. The moment you buy a new white Tesla and you get on the road and drive, all of a sudden your brain's seeing, if they're out there, white cars, but white Teslas. That ever happened to you? Like, oh my gosh, I never noticed how many white Teslas were on the road. So the white Tesla. So our RAS is activated when that's happening. It's like, hey, white Tesla, I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. This is the part that gives me chills. When we think about the fact that we grew up and we were imprinted from our parents' friends, our aunts, our uncles, whoever was around us, it informed us subconsciously of who and what to focus on. So let me say that again. When we were growing up, we were imprinted subconsciously with who and what to focus on. Now let me break it down for you. The qualities, the traits, the characteristics, even the values were imprinted on us. Common thing I get in a lot of coaching calls is this. Hey Char, why do I keep attracting losers? They'll describe a loser as, and I'm not bringing judgment to this, it's just what they tell me. They'll describe a loser as somebody who seemed okay, and then they were narcissistic, and then their personality unraveled, and then they were controlling, manipulative, demanding, generally negative-minded. And I'll pause. Now, the work I do is future-oriented, but I do step into the past. I'll go, what did you grow up around? Or what have you been around predominantly? And most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, they'll be like, yeah, I had a dad or a mom or a grandma or a grandpa or somebody I was around predominantly who was those qualities, traits, and characteristics. And what we're sensing at a psychological level is our body is like, that's comfortable. I need that in my life. And we don't even realize it's happening. And typically that's part of what the RAS does. It helps us focus on what we want. And it helps us like see it. Does that all make sense? This is so critical as the first step. That's why it's in red. You figure out and do your own study, and that's the first thing on your action list today, is to go and study the reticular activating system. If you're interested in that, I'm so interested in that. I love it. Josie is too. Little Joe with the tongue out, doing her thing. She seems to be interested in it too. That really helps us at a fundamental level understand what we're looking to attract, what our bodies are like comfortable attracting, and on the other side, what we might be repelling. Even though we want it at a surface level, our bodies are actually repelling it at a subconscious level. I know this is deep. Sorry to get so deep on you right away. No, I'm not. I'm trying to push you to really think this through. So I'm not sorry about it. I just want to make sure you understand some of the elements at play here. So RAS is critical to learn and understand, especially if you've been around enduring periods in your life of people who are neutral or negative predominantly, who lived what we'll classify in a little bit as below the line. They lived from a place of negative, neutral energy. They were a lot about drama, like negative drama. They were a lot about blame, excuse, denial. You commonly hear them say things like, it's not my fault, I didn't do it. That kind of languaging. If you had that a lot, and you're like, I don't want to be around people who are like that, but you had it a lot without like thinking this through and visualizing a better tomorrow, you might be attracting that almost automatically, just because your body's used to being around it. Does that make sense? So I just want to make sure the RAS is critical. Think of the white Tesla.